The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, Marketplace, whatever you want to call it, is currently going through many changes, which has led a lot of consumers to seek alternatives, some of which are not what they claim to be. My name's Colin Wattenville. I currently own and operate a health insurance agency that is licensed in 6 states and appointed with about 50 different insurance companies. So I've been around the block and I see all sorts of options when it comes to getting your health insurance. And I'm here today to not necessarily warn you, but definitely talk about a type of health insurance product called a fixed indemnity health insurance plan. So a fixed indemnity health insurance plan is a plan that pays a set dollar amount to the consumer, so to the patient, for a specific service. For example, it might pay out $1,000 per day that you spend in the hospital, or it might pay out $500 for an MRI or a PET scan. It might give you $50 to see a specialist, and so on and so forth. So a fixed indemnity health insurance plan is first dollar coverage. It pays out before you hit any sort of deductible, because there is no deductible on these plans. And on the flip side though, there is no max out of pocket. So it's something you have to watch out for with this type of insurance. While it is nice that it pays out a dollar amount right up front, right at the beginning, without you having to hit, a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 deductible first off, there is a downside to them that's often not discussed. And I wanted to take a second here to throw an example up on the screen so you can pause the video and take a look at what one of these types of plans looks like. This is definitely just an example. These plans vary wildly. They change state by state, of course, and by company, but here's a quick example of what a fixed indemnity plan might look like. With all these changes happening to the marketplace, this has led a lot of my clients and a lot of consumers in general to try to seek alternatives to curb the monthly cost, to lower their premium. And a lot of people I've seen have been fooled or tricked into purchasing a fixed indemnity health insurance plan because a shady agent that they talked to kind of pitched it to them as a major medical plan when they're definitely not. Because as I mentioned, there is no max out of pocket. So if you have $100,000 in bills, the plan is only paying exactly what the plan says. It'll only pay, like an example I gave you earlier, maybe $1,000 per day in the hospital, so on and so forth. So without a max out of pocket, there is no cap to how much you are financially exposed with a fixed indemnity health insurance plan. So it's not major medical. And another thing to be on the lookout for with these fixed indemnity plans is they will have gaps in them. They might not cover all types of surgeries. They might not cover your preventive care, their annual women's routine wellness exam. Things like that will be excluded. There's a lot more holes in these plans because they are so particular. They might limit you to only 3 doctor visits for the year. And so you really have to dissect these plans, make sure you go over all the paperwork. Hopefully you have a good agent that explains these things to you and shows you that a fixed indemnity plan, while a cheaper alternative to the marketplace a lot of times, it definitely does not cover all of what you might need covered for your medical care. There's definitely a lot of holes in these types of plans. However, they are becoming more popular because as we see marketplace prices rising, the monthly premiums rising, people paying more costs month to month before the insurance companies even start helping them pay for their bills, people are going to be exiting the marketplace. Even though the marketplace is the safest route, it has the most comprehensive coverage, it's going to cover all pre-existing conditions, families are on fixed budgets at the end of the day, and that causes them to seek cheaper alternatives, even if it does leave some gaps in their coverage. So we are seeing these plans be marketed in a different way, honestly. Other agents are kind of packaging these things up into, here's a health insurance plan, here's a dental plan, here's a vision plan. Together, here's your whole health insurance package, not necessarily explaining to customers that it's not the traditional major medical plan that they've come to be used to throughout the years. Basically, at the end of the day, every type of health insurance plan has a fit. There is a reason to purchase any sort of plan, and if someone can't afford a marketplace plan, then at least they can hopefully afford one of these plans, and it's better than nothing, right? The biggest risk is always going uninsured and not having any health insurance. So while a fixed indemnity plan is better than nothing, don't get it twisted. It's not as comprehensive or inclusive as a fully major medical plan from the marketplace or even from your employer potentially. So how do you spot these plans? How do you know which plans you're looking at are true major medical plans, which ones are fixed indemnity plans, which ones are just straight up supplemental or gap plans? Well, first of all, as I mentioned, look through the paperwork. On there, anything that's not a regulated health insurance plan, meaning it doesn't have to follow all the laws in the Affordable Care Act, the preventive care, pre-existing conditions, pregnancy, all that sort of stuff. Any plan that doesn't cover that has to have a huge disclaimer on it now. It's kind of funny, a lot of times it's in all caps. And it says, something like, this plan does not follow all the laws under the Affordable Care Act, etc., etc. Or of course, you can always reach out to us. Like I mentioned, I'm an insurance agency owner, and I have agents along with myself who help many clients find the best solution for their health insurance coverage, whether that is a marketplace plan or maybe it is looking into some alternatives like some supplemental plans or fixed indemnity plans or a unique health insurance package. We do all that stuff too. At the end of the day, it's important to be transparent with our customers, and that's exactly what we are. If someone signs up for one of these plans, we acknowledge that it might not have all the coverage they're looking for, and it might leave them more financially exposed than if they go to a marketplace plan. So really, at the end of the day, myself and all my agents, I say that our business cards really should say teacher, because we are sitting down with people every day, just like you. We are going over their needs, looking at their doctors, their prescriptions, their budget, and figuring out which types of options are available to them, sitting down and explaining which options might make sense, and going over the pros and cons, ultimately helping them make their own decision. So if you need an agent, reach out. All of our information is going to be down below. Hopefully this video taught you something about a different type of health insurance plan that you might not have heard of, or maybe you realize, hey, I actually have this plan and I didn't know that it wasn't comprehensive coverage and it had all these gaps in it. So that's what we're here for. Again, my name's Colin. My team and I are here to help you explore all of your health insurance options, whether that be just dental or you need a whole group plan for your entire business and all your employees. Please reach out. Our information is down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more educational content like this, or even just follow us on your favorite social media platform. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content like this.